This is CONCACAF Video Signals, a Thursday, March 5th edition. Today on Video Signals, two more teams advanced to the semifinals of the CONCACAF Champions League last night. We'll see how the Puerto Rico Islanders and Cruz Azul made it through victorious. The CONCACAF Under-20 Championship starts tomorrow in Baselet, Tobago. We'll preview the teams in Group B today. Let's go on a trip around the Confederation and finish our journey with the CONCACAF quiz. We start with the Champions League. The Puerto Rico Islanders continued their run through the competition by winning 1-0 at Marathon last night in San Pedro Sula and qualifying for the semifinals. On an evening where the Green Monster hit the woodwork a few times and were stymied by the outstanding play of goalkeeper Bill Gaudet, the Islanders secured their spot in the semis when Nicolas Adlery scored the game winner in second-half injury time. The loss was the first at home for Marathon in the Champions League after winning 4 straight. The win was Puerto Rico's first away from Bayamon. With a 3-1 aggregate score, Puerto Rico heads into the Final Four, where they will meet Cruz Azul, which defeated Pumas 1-0 at the Estadio Olímpico Universitario last night. Cristian Riveros scored the game winner for Los Cementeros in the 86th minute. The loss was a severe blow to UNAM, who breezed through the preliminary round and group stage. After scoring in each of their first 7 CCL games, Pumas was shut out twice by their Mexico City rivals. Cruz Azul, winners of 5 CONCACAF club titles, have scored only twice in its last 4 away Champions League matches. But they will take a lack of offense any day if that means they advance to the semis. 2 dates with the Islanders await. Will the Cinderella story continue? The quarterfinals conclude tonight as Santos host the Montreal Impact at the Estadio Corona in Torreon. The Impact have a 2-goal advantage. The winner of tonight's match will meet Atlante in the semifinals. Santos is a perfect 3-0-0 at home in this year's Champions League, averaging 3 goals per game in the Corona. They have struggled somewhat offensively in the Clausura, scoring only 7 goals in 8 games. However, they have knocked in 4 in their last 2. Montreal plays in North America's USL in the same division as the Puerto Rico Islanders. Santos defeated the Islanders 3-0 in Torreon in the group stage. Cristian Benitez and Agustin Herrera are Santos' 2 top CCL scorers, with 4 goals each. Montreal heads into tonight with confidence and the good fortune of a 2-goal advantage in their pockets. The Impact are unbeaten in 3 of its 4 away CCL games. In fact, they never trailed in a Champions League match until they fell behind Atlante 2-1 in the 83rd minute of their last group game. Montreal is 3-1-1 in their last 5 CCL games. Panama's Roberto Brown and Tony Donatelli have 3 goals each. Now, here's where we are with the semifinal pairings. The Puerto Rico Islanders will meet Cruz Azul, while Atlante awaits the winner of tonight's game. The CONCACAF Under-20 Championship kicks off tomorrow and runs through March 15th in Trinidad and Tobago. There are 8 teams in the competition, broken into 2 groups of 4. In Group A, we have the USA, El Salvador, Jamaica, and Honduras. In Group B, there's Mexico, Canada, Costa Rica, and the host, Trinidad and Tobago. The 2 top teams from each group will automatically qualify for the FIFA U20 World Cup later this year in Egypt. They will also advance to the semifinals of this competition, where a single champion will be crowned for the first time since 1996. Over the next 2 days, Video Signals will preview all the participating teams, starting today with those in Group B, which is based at the Marvin Lee Stadium in Mocoya, Trinidad. Let's start with our host, Trinidad and Tobago. This is the 19th appearance in the CONCACAF Finals for Trinidad. Their best finish was as runner-up in 1990, when they became the first Caribbean nation to qualify for the FIFA U20 World Cup. This is the 5th time they are hosting the actual finals or a group event. The young Soca Warriors are 1-1-2 in recent friendlies, including a 1-0 win over Honduras. Keep an eye on forward Jamal Gay, who recently signed with Rot-Weiss Oberhausen in Germany. Mexico, as usual, is a pre-tournament favorite. They've won 10 CONCACAF titles from 1962 to 1992 and have qualified for the FIFA U20 World Cup 10 times. They lost their coach Jesus Ramirez to Club America in February, and new coach Juan Carlos Chavez had less than a month to finish the team's preparations. Chivas is well represented on the Mexican roster with 6 players, including the very talented Julio Nava. Now let's take a look at Canada. The Canadians have won 2 CONCACAF U20 titles, including the last outright one in 1996. They have qualified for 8 FIFA U20 World Cups. The Canadians have struggled to find offense in their recent friendlies, losing to Jamaica and tying the U.S. and Florida during the last week. Germany's Energy Cottbus is contributing 3 players to the Canadian cause, but the player to watch is Nana Atakora Gayan of Toronto FC. He played for Canada at the last U20 World Cup. Costa Rica advanced to Trinidad by topping Group 1 in the UNCAF qualifying tournament. They have made it to the FIFA finals on 6 occasions. In recent preparation games, they won and tied at Jamaica and have experienced great success against Costa Rican club sides. 11 of the 20 players on the roster are from Saprissa, including standout marksman Josue Martinez. Group A kicks off the championship tomorrow when Honduras meets El Salvador and Jamaica faces the U.S. We'll preview those teams tomorrow. Please watch Video Signals for all the news from Trinidad. Now, let's take a trip around the Confederation. Today, Costa Rica's U17 side will square off against Colombia in a friendly in Chincha, Peru. The Costa Ricans have a tie and a loss in 2 games in South America. The U.S. women defeated Denmark 2-0 in their opening match at the Algarve Cup yesterday in Lagos, Portugal. Angie Woznuk and DiMartino were on target in the first half. And that completes our brief trip around CONCACAF. Now it's time for today's CONCACAF quiz. Yesterday, we asked if you could name the player from Mexico who won the Golden Shoe at the 2005 FIFA U17 World Cup in Peru. Our thanks to everyone who sent in an email. The correct answer is Carlos Vela with 5 goals. Last night, the Puerto Rico Islanders shocked CONCACAF by advancing to the Champions League semifinals. This is not the first time a team from the Caribbean has done well in a CONCACAF Club Championship. Can you name the last team from the Caribbean to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup? If you think you know the answer, please send an email to VideoSignals@CONCACAF.org before 12 p.m. New York time tomorrow. Those who answer the question correctly will have their names placed into a weekly contest where the winner will receive a CONCACAF prize. That's all for today. We've started a Spanish version of Video Signals on our Spanish language website. We hope you watch and enjoy that as well. Thanks for joining us at Video Signals, your source for CONCACAF news.